Welcome everybody to the hacks for the PM simulation for a particular business case at the platinum level. So the first thing that you need to understand is what is your objective, what the business case is, what is the ask out of you, what are the resources available, and at the end there is an interview and a peer feedback. Now we have designed these games for you in such a way that when you are transitioning to the civilian industry or civilian life, you take it one step at a time. Note that the diamond level is pretty tough. Everything is going to be kind of new for you. So, we are basically preparing you for the diamond level as well. The point is that your objective is to kind of experience different skills, some hard skills, some soft skills. But whatever may it be, these are the kind of skills that you will understand that they are absolutely necessary when it comes to the civilian life or the industry. So now this is the business case. Imagine that you're a project manager at Project Starfish. Update your profile on LinkedIn, and the problem is not really a problem, but the business case is that the diversity and inclusion team needs your help. You see, Project Starfish is completely based on the idea of crowdsourcing, which means taking knowledge from other people. Crowdsourcing is the key to knowledge, and the diversity and inclusion team has been talking about hiring a project manager to make that integration between businesses and people with disabilities at Project Starfish. Why is that? Because people with disabilities are not really included in society. So, what if we can engage businesses and people with disabilities to come together? There is a specific cycle that we follow that is repetitive in nature, and as you can repeat better and better, the more you can scale. So, the objective right in front of you is imagine identifying businesses that have business problems, and some of the problems can be lead generation problems or basically business development problems. What you need to do is you need to find these businesses and align the people so they can be motivated enough to integrate, come together, and share their knowledge. The question is, can you make this transition and this inclusion happen? Can you also moderate these discussions with the businesses? If you can do that, it's going to lead you to get a higher position in the company. And if not, you'll probably be taken off because the CEO feels that if the project manager cannot deliver results, why keep the person? So, first of all, interview and select a team of 3 people from their resumes who are motivated enough. Keep, do not eliminate everybody. Why? Because you might need them. Keeping people on the team but telling them that we don't need you at this moment of time is called a bench. It's very, um, it's something that is a consulting or a services term. Now, remember, if you have to succeed, you have to depend upon people or depend on people. So if you don't build a rock solid team, it won't work. You have to establish clear outline, and as you do that, you have to establish a plan, show the leadership, and show the results. So, long story short, if since this is a hack, I wanted to let you know the key to success is basically this slide. First of all, you have a personal assistant. And the personal assistant has been here for a long time. The person will know, perhaps a little more than you because you're new and the person has been here for a long time. You find different workers from different countries, and you have advisors and mentors in the CEO of the companies. You also have some industry project managers from the industry, but my suggestion would be run this not a hack, sorry, run this game by yourself and see how it goes. So it's like practice. So just remember, since this is a hack, I'm going to start giving you is some additional information that you can start using to your advantage. So first of all, when you recruit people, use the process of elimination. Selecting the right team is extremely critical. Do not compromise. And that is the reason we believe that invest time talking to people, involve them, set the contract saying, look, I'm new. Can you help me? How do you want to be treated? Basically, your job is to create a connection with your team. Project managers have to be flawless communicators. And if they are not, what will happen is you you will not be able to influence the whole activity. Project managers, always remember, have responsibility, but they usually have no authority. So you'll have to influence anything, everything, and people, right? Okay. So once you've selected the team, it is very important for you to motivate and influence the team. You can only motivate people by understanding what they want. And that is very key, which means introspection into other people and what they want and putting people first is very important. Then the mentorship piece where you do a business case study. In a business case study, be very methodical. There is a hack on how to do business case studies. I suggest that you go through it from that you completely follow the directions out there. But my suggestion would be you're using the case study to establish rapport. You are using the case study to identify businesses in the industry, and you should choose only those businesses with whom you want to network. What is the ultimate objective? The ultimate objective is to strategize where you want to network. You want to reach out to these businesses with a reason because you can never get people to chat with you without a really compelling reason. And getting them on a call to share their knowledge is exceptionally critical and a very valid reason for top people to even get on the call. We have done it. Over the last 3-4 years, we have had about 1,700 people come in. So it's really big. People want to share. Give them the opportunity to share. Just create the platform and make it easy for them to access. Now, the last part is the agreement when you have a team. Your team is going to be sending out emails and following your direction. If you have to if they have to follow your direction, you have to influence the outcome. How do you do that? By motivating them, by inspiring them, by understanding what makes them tick and why they should be doing it. So establishing that communication with your team is critical. Last couple of pieces, guys. Always remember, your job is to create value in the system. In this cycle, your goal is to at least get one or two people on the call and moderate those discussions. As you can get one person to share their knowledge on a call with people with disabilities from our team, you're good to go. You have completed the cycle. Which means before you begin, we strongly suggest that you plan how you want to do this. Everything that we do is based on outcomes, and that is because the industry only pays people for outcomes, not for activity. Anything that you do within the team is counted as time spent. So you're clapped. But any strategy that you develop um, behind the scenes is not counted. Remember, your team is human. They're located all over the globe to give you a very diverse experience, which is needed because every um, company today are global in nature and they thrive on diversity. The last thing that we want to talk about is the CAR principle, which is clarity plus alignment equals results. Always ask this question every time. Now, couple of extra stuff. I think you know it, but remember this is also a game. Jill, who is the president of the company, will act as the CEO. Do not expect Jill to give you an appointment to chat at the end of the cycle. Why is that? Because CEOs need to see business value. They need to see outcome, not just the effort. You have to craft an email which should be so compelling that it will motivate the president or the CEO to have a chat with you so you can explain what you have done, make the business case, and ask for a promotion. Couple of other stuff, guys. Success is always in the contract. When you're working with people, remember to establish clarity is one thing, but getting their commitment to act is another. Do not forget these two things. Prepare hard, guys, and as project managers, you're expected to plan. The more you plan, the better. The outcome expected is that you will have at least per person reach out to 20 companies, and which means you have to strategize the research and, if required, teach others about the industry and the companies that you want to target. Uh, you should have, here's the outcome, you should have one civilian company to get on a call, or at least two civilian speakers to share their knowledge. So that, let me clarify, one civilian company to get on a call so you can problem solve their business, that is the brainstorming, which is basically because you've done a case study about them, or at least two speakers and get them on a call to share their knowledge. So you've got to prepare up, ensure that your personal assistant is always your best friend. You have to establish those relationships, not because the person is your personal assistant, but um, mostly because the person has been inside the simulation for a long time. You feel free to ask for guidance. If you don't ask for guidance, you don't get. Remember, you're measured on outcomes. Interview workers, but remember, elimination is the most important piece. The faster you do that, the less time you spend on interviewing. If you're interviewing 10 people and you're interviewing 3 people, it makes a huge difference. Remember, not everybody will be motivated in your team. Understanding what is people's motivation is very, very important. Now, when you motivate and influence, remember, if you do not have a very good connection to your team, there'll be no camaraderie. I think you know what I'm talking about, but what I'm also saying is why you should do it. If you do not take care of these stuff right at the bottom of the whole cycle, which is the base of the whole cycle, the rest of the processes will not move well. This is the only thing, remember, that project managers can use a lot of math and charts and LPP and other stuff. But what matters is moving people. Remember, it is people, process, technology, and people drive all of these. People is everything. Remember, preparation for the business case study is vital. Do not do the case study without going through uh, the hack about case studies. There is a specific way of conducting it and getting the best results. If you're talking too much, you're going to lose people. If you're talking too less, you're going to lose people. What matters is a methodical way of doing things. Now, last couple of things. In a company, in a civilian company at least, everybody is looking for results. It's survival, hunt or be hunted. right? People give you money not for activity, for your results. Get used to that. And look for short term results. Why? Because success, the first success for you, is very important. Use the whole workplace to interact with people so you can always be in touch with them. The Facebook workplace works like magic because it's on your cell phone as well. We have enough talked about influence. Remember, negotiation and influence, which is absolutely good communication skills, are critical. Always remember, create value. Always ask, did I create value out of the process? Did I create value today? These are the questions that you should always be asking. And when you go for the close, remember, trust is everything. Creating the partnership between companies is what you need to do, because when the companies realize that you are doing all this, they will start liking you, and this is what you want. You might be looking at startups, but you have to realize two things. People start startups because they're passionate about what they want to do. Point number two is that they come from very good places with like 10, 15 years of experience. So they have connections. Regarding the CEO interview, remember, making an interview appointment with the CEO is an art. Always write with factual data. CEOs they think differently. They are like, okay, what did we achieve today? How much did we achieve? It's all numbers. You have 15 minutes to convince the CEO to promote you. How you want to do it is up to you, but I can tell you a couple of things. Send the right email with a compelling business case, asking not for a promotion, but to chat. When you get on a call with the CEO, set the contract saying the reason I want to chat with you is I wanted to apprise you of what I have done and the outcomes. And if you think this is something that um, I can scale, is it possible that you would be able to keep your word and promote me? We end this with an activity session, which is a peer-to-peer feedback where everybody gets together and talks frankly about their experience. You grade the others, others grade you. Okay, guys, have fun.